going on, guys? Liam here, and it's time to wrap up round 19 of the 2023 season. Go through all the results, all the stats, all the plays, all the players, all that good stuff. It was a short round. Superstars weren't playing, so we will make this pretty short. I'm not going to ramble on too long about it, but having said that, I really enjoyed this week of footy, man. And Vossi actually said it at the in the last game. He said, yeah, the superstars aren't playing, but sometimes you unearth some new superstars. And yeah, it was really entertaining. Rugby league for me is, I feel like it almost has to be played at a very, very high level to be watchable. But I actually really enjoyed this round. I thought it was really, really good. So just before I do duck into the games, guys, this week heaps of content dropping. So I'll have my State of Origin preview, obviously my round preview as well. I'll also do a top 8 prediction video as well, using, calculating all the buys, win percentages, runs home, all that stuff, and really excited for this one. So make sure you keep an eye out for that one as well. Probably drop that a little later in the week. And then also, obviously, my State of Origin wrap-up video too. So heaps of videos, guys. Make sure you're subbed. We're close to 2,000, man. We're nearly there. And thanks to every single one of you. You're legends. Always said I got the best rugby league community out. It is. I love you guys. You're legends. All right, so let's go through the games quickly, all together, and then we'll dive into each game a little bit more detail. But like I said, we'll try and bang through this one. All right, we got West Tigers going down to the Sharkies. I was actually pretty impressed with the Tigers. Dragons versus the Raiders. Raiders again, just can't get that 13-plus win. Para go down to the Wars. That's their first 13-plus loss of the year, and it took half their team to be out for it to happen. God damn. Bulldogs get the dub against the Rabbitohs. And Dolphins get it done against the Titans. Now, I'm not going to lie. Before this game, I was sitting there going, I don't even want to watch this game. I just watched the UFC. It was so good. Best entertainment on earth, someone that's been to plenty of UFC events, and, it's just so entertaining. I was like, I now have to watch the Dolphins versus the Titans with their best players out. Damn, it's going to be tough. I really enjoyed it. This was my favourite game to watch of the round. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Such a good game. Went into overtime. Or golden point, sorry. So it's got to switch from the NBA's finished, man. Move on to the rugby league chat. All right, so we'll have a quick look at the ladder before we go into the game. So this hasn't fully taken into account the buys yet. But Melbourne Storm will obviously jump these two teams here. But good wins for the Raiders and the Wars, really locking in their spots. Cementing their spots in the 8 here. Parramatta and Bunnies both dropped down as well. So not good there. Cowboys will get their 2 points, so they'll move into 22 points, but their for and against is way below Parramatta's and the Eels, so they'll stay exactly where they are. Dolphins move up into 11th there, but hang on, Seagulls had a bye, so they'll jump them. So they move up into 12th, so not too bad still. And the riffraff down here didn't move a whole heap. But really interesting, man. She's shaping up. This might be our top 8. I know the Cowboys are flying, but it's going to be hard. A lot of these teams are still going to win plenty of games, so we could be looking at our 8. We really could. I really only see the Cowboys shifting in, but next week the Cowboys play the Seagulls. Man, that could be a big game for the Cowboys. They've been flying, but we'll have to wait and see with that one. See how the boys get through Origin and stuff like that, where the players get rested, all that sort of stuff. So that could be really interesting. I actually don't think they can afford to rest their players. We'll get into that later. All right, Tigers Sharkies now. Tigers obviously got pumped last week, and I just really wanted to see a decent performance from them. And I thought they were really good. The scoreline to me didn't really reflect the game a whole heap. In fact, Sharks came out flawlessly. They were smacking the fullback. They were playing so good. They didn't drop the ball, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they're not doing the Tigers any favours. Then they ground themselves back into the game, and you know what I mean? It's 12 all at half time, which is really good. So, in fact, there was a try that got disallowed from them, which would have put them up, and then there was a try the other way almost on the very next set to the Sharks, and that was when that sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, and it was just sort of really opened up for the Tigers, for the Sharkies then. But man, Sharks were red hot. They didn't play bad, and it was just was great from them. And this is one of those losses where you can be like, we dug in, we got beaten by a much better team, so that sort of thing. But we tried our butts off. But you look, they completed well, 78, not perfect, but not too bad at all. Sharks were brilliant. That's actually quite high for them. Jesus Christ, the middles were good. 1,900 metres run. Post contact, plenty as well. Over 500, always good. And 6 tackle breaks as well from the Sharks. Not too bad at all. And look at that average set, 50 metres. God damn, that's good. God damn. Ruck speed, very similar. 5.5 seconds each. What else we got here? Anything else interesting? Kick defusals, about the same. Both had 9 errors, penalties conceded 5 to 7. So you look at the stats and you're just like, it's not, Tigers did great. They didn't do a whole heap wrong. Just too much firepower from the Sharkies, and really good performance from them. I was loving the back five from the Sharkies. He was damn good, man. Really, really good. Mulatalo was great. Nico Hines played good. Nick Nakora, he's such a good player. It was pretty funny. Toby Rudolph, god damn, he was good to see him back, but he was a blowing after about 5 minutes. He was hands on hips, hands on head, gasping for air. I was like, damn, in your time off, have you just been vaping the whole time? God damn, he was blowing. He was absolutely blowing. I thought Big Stefano was good. I actually thought Clemmer's first stint was great. But look, Wakeham he's just not there yet, unfortunately. He's not meant to be there yet. Both starting halves down, and then he's partnered with Will Smith, and, he's kicked the ball dead. I reckon he's kicked the ball dead 10, 11 times in the past 3 or 4 games. He's just doesn't have that nice touch that a lot of halves sort of have. But it was good. It was good to see Tommy Talau beasting again. He was unbelievable, sort of thing. But it was a good solid game. Can't really complain. But Sharkies looking good. Sharkies looking good. Dragons Raiders. Now, got a bit to say about this one. Now, watching this game initially, so what they did is they put Jack Whiten in at lock, and I loved it. And I was about to jump on and go, man, I've been saying, I've got quite a few Canberra fans that follow me, and we talk a bit of rubbish and stuff like that. And I've been saying for a long time, I love Jack Whiten. He's one of my favourite players, but I don't want him to be my primary decision maker. I don't want him to be my primary playmaker. I don't want him to be my primary kicker. I don't want him to be my primary playmaker. I want him to just play rugby league. And that's when I think he plays his best rugby league, when it's like he almost doesn't have a position. Like, he can play make, he can kick, he can do all that stuff, but I don't want him to be my primary. I think it really takes away. So Frawley came in, and honestly, for the first, 30-odd minutes, it worked. Look at half-time. I was sitting there at half-time going, thank you, Ricky, finally, to have 2 genuine halves in. And then and have Jack just playing rugby league. It was just so good. And it was working. And I was sitting there going, oh, they're on here. Because I've been saying it for a long time. Canberra are close, but they've just obviously not been able to blow teams out. You know what I mean? And all that sort of stuff. And I feel like what's the old saying? Forwards win games, halves decide by how much. And I've just genuinely been saying, as much as I love Jack Whiten, the Rangers are not blowing teams out because of Jack Whiten. But they left him off for such a long time, and the game just swung back. And in all fairness, like, Dragons really stepped up. But I feel like I don't know how many minutes he played, but I'll have a quick look. But I felt like he was on the bench for a really long time. Where is he? Jackie Whiten. Yeah, he only played 49 minutes. Not long enough. Like, I'm not saying playing for 80. Like, it's hard to play 80 in the middle, but longer. Just give me 60. Give me 65. He's not the biggest man on earth. He can give you 60. But yeah, it felt like, because, he was good there. His line speed, he was hitting blokes. There was a few tackles. I was like, was that Jake Travojevic out there? He was chopping blokes. His line speed was great. He runs the ball so good. He's got late footwork. He could offload. Like, I really like him there. And for the first 20, 25 minutes, I was like, oh, man, they're on here, like, sort of thing. But, yeah, left him off for way too long. And then they sort of got ground back in. Now, the other thing was, too, can't remember what happened if Paul Turner went off, but Zach Lomax came in at fullback, and I was like, damn, he was really good there. Like, way better than I expected him to be. Like, I was sitting there going, oh, I honestly reckon watching that game, because I heard that, I heard this and then someone told me, no, it's bullshit, but someone got told that he can look at another club and he can leave if he wants, sort of thing. And then someone told me, no, that's not true. But I reckon a few teams went, ooh, when they saw Zach Lomax in there for a little bit, because he was really good at fullback. I was actually like, he got his hands on the ball a lot, and very dangerous. He nearly ran for 280 metres, and a lot of those metres were in the second half of that game. Like, he was really good there. And I honestly reckon if that was true, that he has been told that he can leave if he wants, I reckon a few clubs would have been like, ooh, yeah, we'll take that. I've always said Zach Lomax, he's a real good athlete, man. I just feel like he's been coached poorly. I think he would thrive in a real good system. Like, I've always said, he's closer to Joey Manu than people think. Like, I guarantee you that I don't know Zach Lomax. I don't know him before he played rugby league, but I just guessing, I can guarantee you he'd be good at just about every sport he played. I can guarantee you he could play cricket if he wanted to. I can guarantee he played basketball if he wanted to. I'm not saying super pro or anything like that, but I guarantee you he was one of those kids. I bet you he was a good swimmer, a good runner, a good everything. He's just got a bit of that about him, and he reminds me a lot of Joey Manu. Now, he's not as good as Joey Manu, and I was about to say he's the Wish version. He's better than the Wish version, but he's like the eBay version. He's not quite as good as Joey, but he's got Joey tendencies. He's really, really good, and in a really good system. I reckon there was a few clubs that watched that second half of that last game and went, ooh, if we get him here, you know what I'm saying? We could, in a good culture and a good system, like, could you imagine him at Melbourne? No, let's just say Pappenhausen goes, look, my knee's gone, sort of thing. He would thrive in that Melbourne system with a bit of discipline and the structures and all that sort of stuff. I think he would absolutely kill it. So, anyway, rambled on about him long enough. But yeah, I was actually, because I've never been that high on him. I've heard people saying, oh, he's ready to Origin this and he could do that, and he's, he was nearly sniffing around Origin. I was just sitting there going, nah, no way. But I was like, damn, he is legit. I thought Laurie was brilliant. Who else was good? Just trying to have a little look-see. I thought DeBellum was really, really good. One of the better games I've seen him play this year. We'll have a look at the stats. Yeah, Jesus Christ. It was a full-on game. It was bloody crazy. And by the way, guys, I just want to apologise too. If you took my tips this week, I was wrong with a lot. I mean, I got that right, I got that right, I got this wrong, I got this wrong. And yeah, I had Dolphins. So what, I get 3 from 5. So sorry about that, guys. Not a very good round from me, but what do you do? It happens. All right, so 46%. So look at that. They won the game, but they only had 46% of possession. Nearly a whole 5 minutes without the ball compared to them. Completed lower. So look, steps in the right direction for the Dragons. Yeah, wow. Okay, they won the running meters. They won the post-contact. They won the line breaks. They won the tackle breaks. They won the average step per distance. Wow. They won the ruck speed. Wow. Jesus Christ, I didn't know this. This is nuts. Offloads, they won that. Wow, this is phenomenal. And they lost the game. Wow. Less missed tackles. Less errors. Wow, that's really, really bizarre. Well, good on you, Dragons. I don't know what it is, man. Without Ben Hunt there, and I've heard this said a bit. They're like, like when someone doesn't want to be there, man. It's sometimes it can be hard to get. No, I'm not going to get into the Ben Hunt thing. Let's move on. What I'm saying is, a good leader you want to follow. Now, I keep hearing this, oh, he's such a good leader. If he was such a good leader, do you not think they'd want to, do you know what I'm saying? I'd like not get up for him sort of thing? I don't know. is he such a good leader? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I felt like they played better as a team. You know, it was sort of almost like, do you remember when Ponga was out earlier this year, and the Knights looked better? You know what I'm saying? Because everything didn't flow through him. You know what I mean? They played better as a team. Look at their team stats. They're the best they've been all year. They're the best their team stats have been all year. All right, Eels Wars. Now let's just forget about the scoreline because that was Parramatta's junior team. But I want to give a Para little rap and Warriors big rap. The first 20 minutes of this game, I was really impressed with Parramatta. And I actually take a lot out of it for them in the future. And I'm like, damn, they're going to be scary if they make the finals. I really liked their game plan, like the short passing. Yeah, it was actually really nice. I saw a few things in Parramatta, hadn't really seen a whole heap, but I'm trying to word this in the right way. Well, they got blown off the park by a better team, you know what I mean, from about the 26-minute mark, and as you can see, the tries from Montoya, and they were just better, you know, sort of thing. But I actually really liked what they did in the first 20 minutes. It was they were winning the collision with a monstrously big Warriors forward pack. They were offloading their nice short passing, like Hopgood. If Gutho was in this team, I think he would have scored 2 tries in the first 15 minutes because Hopgood got through the line 3 times, had the arm free, no one there. Gutho would have been there guaranteed, you know. So this Parramatta score. I know they didn't score first; they scored second. But I honestly think Parramatta could have had about 18 points in the first 20 minutes. Okay, now I'm not saying they would have won the game, but even if Gutho was there, but I guarantee they would have scored at least a couple of tries. I still really think the Warriors probably would have run them down, but really nice. I was like, oh man, you put Parramatta's full team back around that. That's really, really good. But having said that, let's go look at these team stats before we go to the players. Now, Parramatta's forward pack wasn't super decimated. They only really missed RCG and Warriors did them in. Like, if you've been watching me for a minute, I've been harping on about Parramatta running for over 2 kilometres a game. Warriors kept them to 1,400. That was pretty brilliant, and ran for 1,900 themselves. 600 post contact. Wow, that's pretty impressive. 12 line breaks. That's pretty impressive, man. Like, Moses isn't going to stop this. Moses isn't going to stop that. You know, Gutho isn't going to stop that. Gutho isn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's Warriors were good, man. Warriors were good, and damn, they're playing better away from home than they are at home, sort of thing. But tackle breaks about the same. But yeah, nearly 50 metres run, average set distance. Won the ruck, won the offload battle, which is hard to do against Parramatta. Missed tackles, pretty similar. But yeah, but the one thing that was terrible, 16 errors. Pretty poor from them. But what do you do? Yeah, but Parramatta obviously just missing key players and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, even just leave this team as is like this, just with these players here. If you just put Gutho in here, I think they'd probably score at least 20 points or something like that. Sean Russell got sort of caught out a couple times. But let's talk about some positives for Parramatta. Let's not worry about the score. Bailey Simonson, I was like, damn, he got wheels, man. His try off the scrum base was he just blasted. He was really good. I actually thought Limu he's played hard, man. It was actually really good. A couple defensive reads that were poor, but when you're coming into a team, you new centre, you know, it happens against a team that's been absolutely humming. Madison was good. I thought his defense was good. RC's just, you know, like he's gonna be good, but yeah, he's not good enough to control a full team around. Ogden's first stint was good. Like I said, Ogden and Paulo were a pretty good starting point, and I actually have some thoughts on that too. When RCG comes back, I'd actually leave this and just give Ogden even the first 15 minutes, just because he's solid as, and he was great, and he's just not a big minute player. But then bringing on RCG, and you can have RCG and Junior Paulo overlap a little bit, but having a fresh RCG coming on through the middle, I I've always said that, like Junior Paul and RCG, they're both, at least, very least top 10 props. Probably better than that, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. I feel like they're both on, and they're both so good. Don't cancel each other out, and then they both go off, and you notice a dramatic drop in the, you know what I mean, in the go forward and the meter stopped. But if you just like staggered their minutes a little bit, you still want them overlapping because they're such a good 1-2 punch. But yeah, I just felt like if Ogden could just get through the first 15, just early interchange, and then RCG can play pretty much through that half into the second half. You can give him another little rest if he needs it, something like that. I think that'd be really good as well. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. I thought Moretti was good as well. Sean Lane came on and stunk it up, but then he the rest of the game was really good from him. But he was awful when he kept pushing the pass. That was the thing too. Parramatta got about 20 points behind, and Cartwright started trying to do stupid offloads and stuff. I was like, guys, if you do that, you're going to lose by 40. If you just played boring, dumb footy, you probably only would have lost this 24-10. But yeah, it was a little bit silly from them. They just trying to throw miracle passes to win the game, sort of thing. And it damaged their for and against pretty bad too. Now, Nickel Coolstad was really good. Dallin, brilliant. Rocco Berry had a few terrible moments, but he's got better wheels, and I thought Metcalf was so good. Montoya, had him as a try scorer, thank God. Absolutely killed it. And then, yeah, the forwards were just... They were just... It wasn't like a huge game. Oh, actually, Jesus Christ, Jackson Ford and Barnett. It's just so good, man. And then they're such a good team. Then you got Curran, you got Curran and Nakora to come back as well. Wow, scary stuff. That's really, really good from the Wars. Really, really impressed. So go Wars. Good win. All right. Now this game here I was not pumped for, and I wasn't that... Yeah, I was a bit bored. And when this try right here happened, I was like, wow, doggies, they're going to seriously just let tries pour through the middle again. Like Tom Burgess just strolls through and scores a try. I was like, what is wrong with the Dogs? I was like, they can never call themselves Dogs of War again. But they got it together a little, man, and they got it together and they started putting it together. Now I think Rabbits were a bit unlucky that sin bin. I mean, it really started to got Doggies on the front foot. I think they scored at least 2 of these tries in the sin bin. Might have even been... No, that try had already happened, and then these 2 tries here, they happened during the sin bin. But yeah, I actually felt like Rabbits were well on top, and I was sitting there going, they're going to lose by 50 again to a B team, Rabbits team sort of thing. But they got it together, and they started playing with some confidence, some energy, and yeah, it was pretty good. I'm going to talk positively because there was plenty of negatives in there as well. But I've been pretty rough on the old Doggies lately. I don't like to be negative, but if someone's playing, if people aren't trying, then I'm going to rubbish it, because this is the thing. No one cares if your team loses. Like all week, all I saw was Doggies supporters on TikTok bagging the Bulldogs. And Reid Marnie and all that are like, they don't have the right to do that. Yeah, bro, they do, because you weren't trying. You know what I mean? Like you can't just sit there and make excuses and when you're missing 30, 40 tackles a game, plus a game. I think they missed 60 or something like that. It was good, and it was good to see him pumped up. It was good to see Karaz pumped up, and it was really, really good. But I do have to do one negative, and Reid Marnie, bro, you need to sit down. You can't get chirpy. You can't be taunting players. You can't be doing all that stuff when you lead in this list. Wait, where is it? If your name's at the top of this list here for the NRL for the season, you can't be chirping at players, bro. You can't be talking rubbish. You can't be taunting. I'm telling you now. I've said it all year. I mean, not all year. Probably the last 5 or 6 weeks. He's been the worst buy of the year. For sure. He's been an absolute turnstile. He's leaked the most... teams are just running at him and scoring tries left, right and centre. He's nearly on 700 a year, which is pretty solid money for that'd be in the top of the for a hooker. And bro's been just leaking tries left, right and centre. So don't get chirpy when you're playing a B grade Bunnies team and you win by 6 points or whatever. You know, that was like sitting there going, what is he doing? Has he watched like just so you know, you can't, like, you're not allowed to chirp if you're on this list here. If you're on this list here, guys, just play. If you win, thank everyone and move on with your day. But yeah, you can't chirp if you're on this list, man. You've been Reed Money's been terrible this year, absolutely terrible. I actually said I thought he wasn't as good a buy as ever. Like, my dogs were really high on him when he was coming over, and they were doing all these series on him and talking it up. And I was, because I watch obviously Parramatta games very closely. I'm like, I think it's a terrible buy. I think there's a reason why Parramatta didn't offer back to try and keep him. He's a turnstile, he's a terrible defender. But let's talk about the positives, because at the end of the day, I think dogs were pretty poor in this game, even so. But they were, at the end of the day, if you're better than you were the week before, you can't complain. And they were much better. Like, let's have a look at some of these numbers. More time in possession, completion rate not great still. It's still pretty substandard, 72%. But look, they ran for plenty of metres, and that's the thing. Their forward pack has been flimsy, and that's been nice. It's been so bad. They won the post-contact battle barely, but they still won it. They won the line break battle, great. They won the tackle break battle. Like, they're winning these stats for the first time since like round 10, by the way. Like, they haven't run for more metres than another team since like round 10. They've been awful. Tackle breaks, they won that. They won the average set distance. That's huge. They haven't done that for such a long time. Kick return meters, they won that too. Didn't win the ruck, but whatever. It happens. But yeah, it's great. Absolutely great. Tackle efficiency, getting close to 90, that's great. Absolutely great. Missed tackles, I mean, still 35. Like I said, it's not all positive, but they were better than that team they played. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. Errors were still bad, but it was a step in the right direction, and that's all you can ask for as a fan, sort of thing. So, good on the doggies. Good on you. Good on you. All right, now on to the final game of the round. Like I said, he watched UFC, and I was sort of dreading watching this game, but I'm like, man, you got to watch it if you're going to talk about it, bro. So I watched it, and I was so entertained. It was such a good game. Both teams fighting to stay in the 8 chase, sort of thing, and Dolphins keeping that 8 alive, keeping that dream alive. So are the Titans. So yeah, it was really entertainment, really back and forth. It was how'd the tries go. Yeah, Kieran Foran was so good. But so Limu got the first one. Kieran Foran, that's right, that was that brilliant try. I thought Jared Wallace came on was brilliant. I thought Kenny was brilliant. Osaka was good. Brian Kelly, god damn, hasn't he got come good lately? But yeah, I keep hearing this too about Jade Campbell. He's too good to be sitting on the bench. He's a genuine. I'm happy for him to sit on the bench and just play games here and there and just learn his craft. He's got AJ Brimson ahead of him. Just sit. I don't know why everyone's so keen for it. Like, he was getting folded in this game, and he's a tiny body, and he's going to be a tiny body no matter what. But I'm more than happy for him to play a handful of rugby league games each year. Hit the gym, eat good, just fill up a little bit. You don't want to be too big, because you don't want to lose his speed and agility and stuff like that. Just keep getting it in, keep learning the game, and I think in 3 years' time, I think could have a premier fullback on our hands. But I don't know what everyone's rush is, because I don't know if he gets ragdolled, bro, and yeah, it takes a toll on your body, man. I don't know why everyone's so keen to throw him in the deep end. Like, what's the rush? What's the rush? Just let him learn his craft. Be 18th man, come off the bench, do whatever. 14th man, come off the bench as an impact player if you need it. And but he damn is good to watch, bro. He was so good to watch. Who else was good? Herrera had a few mistakes, but a few awesome tries. It was a pretty solid performance from everyone. Isaac Liu finally had a good game. Jesus Christ, he's been awful. He was really, really handy. Really, really handy. And I really thought, who was this dude? Oh, Jacob Arlick. Never even heard of him before. Maybe I had, but I don't remember hearing. He was good, man. He put in a nice kick, and he was barnstorming runs. Now, I've been saying for a minute now, this guy here, this Aaron Clark, they need to use him better. I feel like they did. He came on, he was running hard, he was tackling hard, he was sort of playing that Havili role, just the cheese, how he did at the Melbourne. It was great. I thought he was really, really good. So, really, really good performance. And who else was good? It was good. This was a good fullback battle. It was really, really good. Who was Val? Few poor defensive errors, but damn, he's a handful with the ball in his hand. He's an absolute handful. Tessinu was good. O'Sullivan was great. We thought he scored the match-winning try, but it got taken off him. Jesse Bromwich, great. And man, I don't know what's happening with Jerry Marshall King, but it sounds like his shoulder's gone. So damn, not good. But he was handy. He was pretty handy. Kenny was great. I'm trying to see. I actually really liked this bench rotation. This is an old bench rotation. This is an old school bench rotation that they used to do, where they'd almost carry three props on the bench and like a utility. And now everyone, I like it. And Wayne Bennett is old school, but I feel like they try and get too cute with the benches these days. Like, you know what I mean? Like look at look who he's picked on the bench for the New South Wales team, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, what are you trying to do, bro? Middles, utility, and then you want someone in here on your starting team that's super versatile as well, like Ray Stone. You know what I mean? That's the way to do it, because look, if an outside back goes down, Ray Stone can jump in fine, or second right, you know what I mean? He can jump in and fill in a lot of places. Then you got Milford, who can jump into a lot of places. And I mean, just as long as one of these forwards, you know, can go to an edge, not centre edge, but you know what I mean, you're pretty covered there too. Like, I just feel like coaches a lot these days, they're just trying to get too cute with their benches, man. Like, just keep it simple, because if you carry like one prop on the bench and you lose a prop early, you're going to get no meters for the rest of the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but this is like, the starting front row could go down here, and you could literally put two back in, and you've still got one handy. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. Now, I reckon this is probably slightly too big. You probably want one of these guys, you know, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe a little more mobile, more of a second rower that could play prop. But yeah, still, I really enjoyed it. Man, Wayne Bennett, man, he's the man. But such a good game. I'm just trying to think of what else. Ray Stone was solid. Thought Jack Kirk, Herman SES, he's been good. Actually, man, I was bagging this signing, but he's been really good this year. Been really good. I was actually really impressed with him. Let's have a look at the stats. Titans were brilliant. I don't think they made an error to the second half. So that's what I was saying. I was sitting here going, this is going to be such a low quality game, but it was great. It was so high quality. 85 and 84%, including extra time. 1,800 run meters. 1,800. So even post contact. Dolphins definitely won there. I think that extra 100 post contact would have been Val Meninga's. Line breaks even 7 to 8 pretty much. Tackle breaks 43 to 36. Average set distance 44 meters to 40. Yeah, wow. That's a really quick play, the ball speed from the Dolphins. I'm just trying to see what else we got here. Kick defusals, 100%. Man, damn. Tackle efficiency obviously could be a little bit better. Both teams missing a few tackles, but that's sort of what made the game fun, because there was a lot of line breaks and crazy stuff. It was good. Very end to end. It was great. 9 errors each. It was even. It was great. But anyway, yeah, good game. Good game from both teams, and they're both sort of just still in the finals hunt. I mean, it's a long shot, but they can both still do it for sure. All right, let's have a quick look at next week's games, guys. So we've got Knights versus the Tigers, playing for scraps, playing for pride. We've got the Doggies riding high on a one-game win streak, playing the Bronx. Oof, that could get nasty. I'd be resting a couple players if I was the Bronx. No need to play Carrigan, I don't think. That'd be silly. This is a big game. This is a big game. And I know a lot of Cowboys fans aren't going to want to hear me here, but this is a big danger game for the Cowboys. No matter how good you are, you lose games. And Cowboys are 100% been playing good enough and should beat the Sea Eagles. But this is a genuine danger game. If we have a quick look, like, it wasn't long ago, you know, they were torching teams, and I mean, they got cooked a couple. Now in this game here, Roosters actually played really good in this game, and they still got the job done. Gerbo back as well. So this is this and just quietly. I know Cowboys fans don't want to hear it, but they've been awful away from home. They've only won 2 games away from home this year. This whole win streak's pretty much been at home, sort of thing. So, big danger game for the Cowboys, and Manly are literally playing for a final spot as well. So, this is a big game because I know 22. You're like, well, if the Cowboys lose this, it's not like they're out of the 8, but they it would actually because. Be pretty hard for them to make it, and I know what you're thinking. No, it'll be 1 game out of the 8. I know, but Parramatta have got the Titans next week. Rabbitohs have a bye. I mean, Canberra have a bye. Warriors. I mean, it's a toughish game, but it's you know what I mean. It'll start to get away from them. Then we all of a sudden into round 21, and so I think that's a genuine danger game for the Cowboys. I think those odds are about right. They should win. They've been the better team. But yeah, I mean, Origin players backing up too. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a really, really tough game. And Manly are really good at 4 points as well. Let's have a look at their home record actually. Yeah, 5-3. So you got a team that's good at home versus a team that's not a good away from home as well. So that could be that's a real danger game for the Cowboys. It'll put a big boot into their momentum. Roosters versus Storm in Sydney, and then we've got the Wilds versus Sharks. What a game. That could be for top 4 spot. How good. Then we've got the Dolphins versus the Panthers. God damn. Panthers could put the Dolphins out of the misery. And then Sharkies versus the Titans. Para versus the Titans, and Para could put Titans out of their misery essentially. And Parramatta would be interested to see if their players back up. But Brad Arthur's pretty savage. And then we've got Bunnies and Raiders with buys, so Bunnies will jump up to 24 points and Raiders will jump up to 26, which will just about get them into the final, lock their spot into the finals. Pretty damn close anyway. Not lock it in, but yeah, it'll be very hard to knock them out. So if the Warriors beat the Sharks, they'll go up to 26 points, and then Raiders will get 2 points and jump up above the Sharks. Wow. Okay. God damn. Absolutely crazy. We'll have a quick look at the casualty ward, guys. So we've got Payne Haas, he's back around 21. Reece Walsh, he's back around 21 as well. And Flegler. So Broncos getting some troops back in the next couple of weeks. Kickout back around 22. How good. Anyone else notable? Felice will be back next week. Gilbert's gone for the season. Dilbert Bag's back. Round 23, Wiremu Greg back too. No one there. So Cleary back round 21. Okay, there we go. Round 21. Who have they got then? I have a feeling that's a big game for some reason. I got a feeling. Round 21. Damn, it's only next round. Against the Doggies. Not a big game. Poor old Doggies. Cleary coming back. Arrows back round 21 too. Round 21. Round 21 for host and round 21. So Bunnies are back. When's round two? Who they playing in round 2? Back for the Broncos. God damn. So they'll be back and what Broncos won't have their players back by then. Oh no, yeah, round 21. What a game. So both pretty getting back close to full strength. Wow, that's going to be a good one. Papali'i back, he's round 21. Shields. Who else got? Howard and I. Wow, that really roughed him up, that head knock. Egan Bookshire 20, Billy Smith 20, Brandon Smith 20. Suoliti 20. So they're getting some troops. Sam Walker back. Damn, they're getting some troops back too. Connor Watson. Wow, a lot of troops coming back for the Roosters too. God damn. Jake gone for the season. Wow, so a lot of players coming back. Warbrick back next game. Wow. Katoa indefinite for that eye. Wow, that's full on. Pappenhausen's still indefinite, unfortunately. Dylan Walker did his arm in that game, unfortunately. Curran's back next game. Nakura's back round 21. Yeah, when's Tavanga back? Indefinite? And so Tamari Martin, damn, he's indefinite as well. That sucks. And old Charlie Staines as well. Wow, okay, well, that's nuts. All right, we're done, guys. We're done. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. And like I said, stay tuned. Got 3 or 4 videos dropping this week, man. I'm going to be a busy guy. Filming and editing videos all week. And we're starting to get to the fun stuff. We've got State of Origin, and then we've got the finals countdown. Can't wait, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.